We got PSwap. PSwap coming up next.
Hey, what's
Prediction
going on?
markets. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Excited to talk. Prediction markets are the hot thing right now. So maybe quickly before we get into what you're building, give us your background. Give us how you got into crypto and why you decided to jump into PSwap.
Yeah, definitely. So my name is Jeff, and I'm building PredictionSwap. I'm the lead dev behind PredictionSwap. A bit about myself: I've been in crypto since 2017. Had a pretty fairly successful company in 2019 to like 2022, 2021, 2022, around that time. Basically, it was a mobile app to get people into crypto. Um, Peaked at a top 100 finance app in the App Store. Um, Essentially, what kind of got me into prediction
Can you
markets was
name the app?
what's up?
Can you name the app that
Uh,
you built?
Honestly, I'd probably rather not dox myself fully. However, yeah, I mean, maybe I can verify that like later with you guys, and you guys can vouch for me or something.
All
But
right.
so basically, I see a lot of similarities between prediction markets right now and DeFi back in like 2019 when I was starting that. Right now, like you can see volume just has like it's taking off exponentially. Just in the same way TVL was in DeFi back in the day. So it's just clear that the market definitely wants something like prediction markets out there. Like that's what really interests me the most, right? Is the fact that people want something like this. They're actually putting their money here. And essentially, I want to build what people want. So, you know, ultimately, what got me into prediction markets is just noticing the similarities between 2019 to now. There's just like these clear metas, and I feel like the prediction markets are kind of popping up everywhere, and it kind of feels like the Uniswap fork from back in the day as well. And ultimately, all of those companies, some of them did pretty well. Some of them, ultimately, most of them died. But there are still a select few of these like liquidity layers on top that are kind of still alive. And I think that's really the value is creating an app that ultimately has users' money flowing through and injected into these prediction markets. And that's where prediction swap really became an idea,
So
right?
this is a really interesting take you had because not to cut you off, but I think, I want to highlight that you said you're seeing the TVL and prediction markets grow just like back in the DeFi days. And that's really what kind of got you into it. And I think, there's a lot of credence to that. We're seeing a lot of people pile into this brand new market of, prediction markets. And, it's still yet to know how big the size of this could truly be. And so I think it's pretty cool that you decided to, you saw those similarities and then, built based off of that. Also, you will be able to pull up your screen if you want to share with us the platform as you kind of talk about it and walk through it.
Okay, yeah. You guys can check out the entire app is live right now. Actually, we actually just wrapped. So we're a prediction market aggregator. We have what I'm calling the big three right now, which is Kalshi, Polymarket, and Limitless. There's obviously a huge problem if you know prediction markets. They're literally one of them is completely off chain. The other one is on Polygon, and then the other one is on Base. So there's kind of like this really big liquidity issue happening in prediction markets where it's super fragmented. So what PredictionSwap is actually working on right now and doing is essentially relating all of these markets back to the same problem. So, yeah, we have an agent as well. You can check that out today. We have an agent. We also have something called our feed, which takes in fully verified news stories and relates them back to different prediction markets. So essentially, let's say, hey, whatever happens here, the Guardians pitcher or this guy got hit in the
Oh,
face with a
jeez.
ball. So, how does that affect different markets? So you'd be able to see the news when it happens like right away and be able to snipe the different prediction markets that could be affected by that news.
100-mile-per-hour fastball to the face will break your face for sure.
Right.
Hopefully
So
there's
like
not
Yeah.
a video of that.
actually a cool prediction market would be like, how many bones did he break? Or like how many like what happened afterward? How long is he gonna be out? Kind of like the it gets really fun, right? And essentially, what I think is cool here about Prediction Swap 2 is it's built on top of all these different prediction markets. So any of those kinds of things could essentially be available for you to bet on in the future. Right now, like I said, we have kind of the big three: Limitless, Kalshi, and Poly Market. But we're going to be introducing all of these different prediction markets. We have an official partnership with Kalshi right now. We also are like kind of expanding our horizon. You can see all of our markets right there currently listed. Um, so right now, I think we have like 400 or 500 markets. That's all of the markets on Kalshi and all of the markets on Limitless. We're still working on getting a few over from Polymarket, but ultimately, you can also click your AI analysis up there too, Dom, if you want to scroll up and you can analyze the market using all or go down a little bit underneath the bias section right
Oh,
there.
right here.
Yeah, check that out. So this right here basically gives you up-to-date news and different. It calls all the different APIs available for that market and runs it through Perplexity as well as Grok. So you're essentially getting up-to-date data on that particular market, right? Which is the Russia-Ukraine ceasefire.
Okay, so to get an idea of this, you have a prediction market aggregator. I could make bets, see all prediction markets or the big ones at least, Kalshi and Polygon, and then you have AI attached to this where it can help you kind of denote if you want to take trades or not on a project.
Yeah, exactly. So essentially, what we're trying to build here is really like the best place to inject liquidity through these markets, right? So now you can kind of talk to the agent if you want to follow up with whatever the heck you want. But basically, it's really simple. We're trying to make the best place for you to actually deploy money into these markets. And we think that involves the best analysis possible. We think it involves like, honestly, something that we're working on right now is essentially an auto trading tool. So there's going to be really big arbitrages across these different markets because liquidity is, as I said, incredibly fragmented. It's in cross chain. It's literally off chain. Like it's nuts. And that's a big part of why I think you haven't seen like an app like this fully introduce trading yet. Um, just a big announcement. We're gonna have trading as soon as like next week. So we're really excited about that. So if you guys are deploying money through these markets, you'll be able to like see what's the best way to deploy money on the Russia-Ukraine ceasefire market, right? Is it on Poly Market or is it on Limitless or is it on Kalshi? And you can go ahead and just check it out and just actually hit deploy.
So let me
So
get this right. For
yeah,
you, you say there's an issue with fragmentation across prediction markets, but that's actually a feature maybe for you in this case, right? So you can take
exactly. We
advantage of
solve
this.
that problem for sure. We do.
I feel like there's a lot of competition in the prediction market space. We're seeing a lot of aggregators. We're seeing a lot of, AI surrounding it. How can you guys like get your foothold and set yourself as the de facto winner in this? Obviously, it's hard to say exactly, but how do you plan on doing that?
Well, that's a really good question, man, and I think that's like honestly $1 billion question is who can answer that the best. But this is what I'll say, and I think we have a massive advantage. If you look back at our chart, we are the first to launch of a product similar to this. So it goes to say that our team knows what the fuck we're doing. We understand where kind of the market's headed before a lot of these teams who are quite frankly just imitating us. So I think like when you look back to like, you know, investing in a team or like believing in a product or any of that, you want to be with people who understand where the puck is headed instead of just like where it is today. And if you notice all these teams popping up now that the market is kind of like, it's more frothy right now, there's more teams popping up and sure, but essentially what I think like is really important here is going to be our ability to take people that are not interested in prediction markets and ultimately get them to deploy money into these markets, right? And that comes with creating the best tooling for, quite frankly, these markets that we're going to continue to just produce. Just
Okay, I
based
got
on feedback too.
these are great answers. I got a few questions because we're running out here of time. We got like 4 minutes left.
Yeah,
First and foremost, tell us about Kalshi partnership. What does that look like? Is it a grant? You know, you can use. It looks like you have Polymarket and Limitless on here, so clearly you're not barred to just Kalshi. I don't know. Go ahead and tell us about that.
Yeah. No, we're a real aggregator. Essentially with Kalshi reached out to us. They really liked what we're doing. I felt like they felt we were sort of a leader in the space. Actually, definitely a leader in the space when we took a look at users and everything, just based on what I know. But if you look at the product, it's honestly better than a lot of anything else out there that says they do what we do. We're further along. The team is really mature, and basically the partnership with Kalshi is essentially just like a tighter relationship with them. I think we're going to possibly do like some type of sponsored events and things like that in the future. But really just trying to like push the Kalshi ecosystem forward with them as well, quite frankly.
Awesome. You mentioned the team. Maybe quickly tell us about that team you got working on this with you.
Yeah. So I'm the lead. I've been in dev for like 8 years. Um, Essentially, it's a team of 4 people right now. Myself, a person that helps us with social media, and 2 other devs. One of the devs is like very senior, has worked at companies that you've definitely heard of if you're in America, like tier 1 kind of tech. And then the other is honestly a junior guy that we really just like working with, that we've met through kind of like crypto Twitter and everything. He's a great dude.
Got you. Quant has one last question that we'll wrap with here. He said, when you're using the prediction markets here, does it redirect you to the website, or can you bet right from the PredictionSwap website? It's a great question.
No, you can bet and everything right from the PredictionSwap website. So we're a full blown trading terminal, PredictionSwap, like oh my god, prediction market aggregator. We are PredictionSwap. I keep getting confused for this conversation here, but yeah, we're basically a full blown aggregator, man. You can deploy money through us, connect your wallet and everything. We really want to be the place for you to deploy money into these markets. And if you think we're not, let us know we're not, and we will build it for you. So thank you.
That's a great line. I'm glad you said it. Any relationship with John Wang? I wanted to ask that because he does follow our show.
Honestly, he's like leading the whole Kalshi ecosystem. We haven't been like too personally like too much back and forth with him or anything, but of course, I think he knows who we are. We know who he is. But he knows about everything going through.
I'll tag him in the show notes to connect with you offline.
Yeah, please do. Actually, that'd be awesome.
On a side note, it would be pretty cool to have a Kalshi featured space and just get a bunch of people Kalshi's working with on and showcase their products. That being said, it's time. Maybe give us wrapping closing thoughts here. Who should we follow to keep best updated with you guys, and some forward-looking thoughts? What is coming with you guys? PSwap, what's exciting on the horizon?
Sure. So guys, I'm super excited about trading on our app like next week. You can literally follow more on PredictionSwap on Twitter or X, whatever. And like I said, if you don't see a feature and you want to put money in prediction markets, but are a little bit unsure, let me know. Somehow find the PSwap Twitter, and I will build that feature for you, and we'll make it happen. Thank you guys so much.
Sweet. Thanks for talking.